Welcome back to Kelpie's Koi Chatting Bubbles. After my last video, as you see, my feeder emptied itself into the pond. Just a little bit of a chatting bubbles, a little bit of advice to anybody who's new to setting up your automatic feeders, or people like myself. I have trouble reading. I can read, I can't make sense of some of the things when I read it. Hence why I asked Pete to come and help me do mine. But obviously the lad's having his pond fiberglass, so we couldn't make it yesterday. Well, yeah, getting this video now probably a week later. So if you're setting up an automatic feeder and you're not sure if it's going to work correctly, this is what I'd advise you to do. Obviously I've had the problem and I've lost 40 quid worth of food. I have threw it in the bin, but I was advised that you can put it in a tray, dry it out, and you can reuse it. I've binned it anyway now, so this is what I'd recommend you to do. Now obviously you're all going to have different feeders, so this is the feeder I've got. If you've watched my videos before, you know that I've got mine inside here, down a drain pipe into my pond. That's to keep that out of the wet. So what I've done, too late now, but just in case it trips off again, I've put a tub underneath there. Now whatever tray you've got, whatever bucket you've got, if you put it by your pool, stick it up on bricks and allow the tray to overhang a bucket or anything, a bag, a container, anything, and leave it there either for a day or a few hours, just to make sure you don't have the same problem as me. That's completely emptied. That it was only full too. You can't tell how much I've took out. There's about 40 quid worth of 40 quid worth of food I've wasted. So just a little bit of a helpful tip for anybody who's thinking of setting one up, or if you're like me, you don't understand how to set them up properly and you want to try it yourself, so you don't make up the same mistake as me and waste your food. Put a bucket or a tub, bag or anything underneath, and then just keep an eye on it, so then obviously whatever you catch you put back in your tub. You can learn from an old breakfast like me. So I was going to go out and buy a pack of laths, and the reason for it, as you know, I'm building these frames. I can't treat, if I cut these joists up now, I can't treat it because it's overhanging the pond. And I have thought about using water-based paint, but I think that's one of the worst things anybody, I know people buy for fences and stuff like that, but if you think about these companies, we're always being ripped off, and it really, excuse me for saying it, balls my piss, it really does. Because if you think about it, why would you want to put water on wood? It shows it rots quicker, so you buy new panels more often. That's my thinking. Now, you know, I use old creosote, which is harder to get. It's Creocoat, I think it's called now. So it's harder to get now. You can get it, but it's more expensive. I use that. 15 years, my fence panel was up. My daughter lived next door, so we could get the fence panels out into both sides. That's the other downside about things. If you paint your side of your fence, the neighbours don't bother. It's going to rot eventually anyway. But with the oil and that, mine lasted for 15 years. As you know, I've got the builders next door. That's treated timber, and look, that the colour's gone on that already. Even though it looks like nice fencing. Same again, if I paint my side and they don't paint that side, it depends how long it won't last, will it? You know, probably 5 or 6 years. Anyway, back to me trellising. Enough waffling on, chatting bubbles. I am thinking of chopping these joists up now. I'm just going to get my saw out, see how the timber looks when I cut it up, because it's 100 years old. Even though it's been a dry building, it's still good timber. And I'm thinking of using, even though I don't want to, water-based paint just to give it a coat. As I said before on my last video, I've got to cut two. I'm going to build 2 squares just so it's easy for me to lift and screw in to the timbers. Them timbers there was an absolute ball ache. There's the post it come off. Luckily that was long enough for me to chop there and chop the other end, and they were still long enough for me to use. But then I've had to try and chop. I need to try and use these if I can, but these screws are coming out for love nor money. So what I've had to do is cut through, as you can tell, and then chop my wood into pieces to get the screws, and put mole grips on to get the screws out. Just wouldn't come out. And I have got an impact drill, still wouldn't work. So like I said, I'm going to set my saw up, cut one of the timbers up and have a look, see what the timbers look like. And if I think I can use them, I might just get some of that water based paint to coat them. The only downfall is then I like everything to match. It means trying to paint them timbers, and as you can see by overhanging the pole there, that ain't going to be the easiest thing, because these I'm starting to, you can tell that, see the green in the, get a bit closer, you can see the green in the timbers. So I'll get my saw out and set it up, and I'll get back to you. Okay then, so I've set my saw up, come across the first problem. Do apologise about the noise, builders and back next door, flick around and show you what I'm up to. So I've set the saw up, cut the joists. I've had this saw, got to be 20 years. That's the same blade, and it just well cut. That's done laminate flooring and all sorts of that for years and years. It's the same blade I had with the saw. Now I have watched previous videos, people don't realise the amount of sap that comes out the wood. That's probably what that brown stainage. So I'm thinking now, do I wash it off? I've seen them do that before, and they wash the glue from off the teeth, and it cuts as well again. So I'm debating whether to do that. What I've done, I've just changed the blade over. I had half a dozen blades given me years ago, and I don't use the saw that much now. And I found that I have cleaned that up, a bit rusty on it. You can probably see, I don't know whether you can tell by the ring mark there. They've all been used before. They're all in packets, all wrapped in plastic and all in cardboard packaging. So I just assumed they was all new. I never bothered. I've had them years, never had them out or checked them or nothing. Just got them out to have a look, and they've all been used. So not as much as this one. See by the rings on it and the colour of it. So I've just spent the last 20 minutes trying to saw the blade out, clean it up, put it in. As you can see, it's cutting, but I just don't want it to burn the saw out, and it's struggling. It should go through that easy. Builder next door has said it's because you're going with the grain of the wood. It's making it harder, so I just don't want to burn my saw out. So I'm going to wash this, clean this up with tar and glue remover or thinners, get that glue off, put the blade back in and see what happens with that. He was tending to smoke a little bit with it. Like I say, I don't want to burn it out. I hope you can hear me over the noise. So I'll clean that blade up and get back to you. Yeah, that's another job come to an halt. I'm going to have to sort a new blade out. I've tried cleaning that up, and it's coming off, but I can't see it doing any difference. So it's either buy a blade or get a pack of laths. Watch this space, ladies and gentlemen. Okay then, so last month I've done a 500 subscriber giveaway. On that video I called Dave a twat. Pete from West Brom Coy, he's contacted me. He said, mate, you shouldn't have said that on your channel. So this video is especially for my mate Dave, Black Country Coy bloke. Dave, I apologise mate, I shouldn't have called you a twat on my video. Pete from West Brom Coy, thanks for pointing that out. As you all know, we're the Black Country boys and we get on great. I'd just like to say, Pete, thanks for putting me onto that mate, and I thought I'd do this video to apologise to our mate Dave. And Pete, you're my twat. Good old British weather. Keep stopping because of the rain. Looks like it's going to try again today. I've got the saw out. Just chopping these laths. I couldn't understand why all the sawdust was all over the floor. when I'd put a bucket there to catch it. That's the reason why I hadn't put the bowl underneath the pipe. Got a fair few cut there. Just hope this rain holds off and them joists split. This one's just slightly thicker, but all the others have come out around about the same size, so of course the point in running the saw down that just to take 1/8 of an inch off, so I'm just going to leave it at that. If I've got 4 the same size when I finish, then I can use all 4 on the same frame. So I've just been trying to work out how many I'm going to need. I need 4 squares. There's 2 squares there, so there's 8. 4, 4, 4, and then there's another 8. 2 panels. Lift the camera up, your tool. There's 2 sets of 4 there. Now am I thinking I'd got enough joists? I was struggling to cut through the wood, and I just couldn't understand why. When I'd already cut through one quite easy. There's actually a 1/4 of an inch difference in the thickness of some of them joists. So I'm having to sort through now. Some are 2 inch, some 1 3/4 inches. So the 1 3/4 inches is what I'm using. A little bit wider than what I needed, but free timber, what can you say? I'm still going to have to buy a pack of lath just for the roof, because they've got our slats, as you can see. The panels like our slats across the top of there. Obviously pigeons, squirrels and what have you running across the top. So I'm going to still end up buying a pack of laths for that. These here is just going to be an open frame, netted. Hopefully that should do it. So I'm in 2 minds now whether to bring it all the way just above them spikes there, or slightly smaller. Just don't want it to look an eyesore, that's the trouble. But I'll come to that when or sort that out when I come to it. Apologies for the background music, as you know we've got builders. Say time and time again, but you got it because of YouTube. Just chopping these, chopping the joist down now. These really now are just cosmetic pieces. As you can see, they just go up there. Them was to strengthen it up, but these are just cosmetic really. So I'm doing 2. I've got the 2 for the front of that, off that post I took down. I'm making 2 for the back of there. 2 for the back of there. I don't think I'm going to need 2 this side if I'm honest. Because we've got that, the shape of the shed there, so I'm probably going to do a square to there and then just a little triangle in there. And it still looks like it's still feeling a little bit of damp in the air. Good old Britain. That poo thing there starved to death, look. So that's what we're up to at the moment. Got them 2 bracings up, sort of. Just going to fix them up, and the old impactor driver's packed up, and the drill I got the strength to, well it has, it's just like the head spinning in the drill chuck. So I've got to fork out now for another impact gun. Mind you, that has done everything. Unbelievable tools. Apologies again about the music, I got nothing about it. So I've just gone to get that out with my drill, with a screwdriver bit in it. And I found out it's actually the impact gun. It's actually that's twisting round inside the shaft. Here we go again, lovely jubbly, DeWalt. Other brands are available. Okay. I've been back at it, chatting bubbles, been back at it. Thought I'd put the frames together this morning, then realised Now we're treating the frames and not the actual frame. So they can tell it on camera. Just get all the timber, a liquor treatment. First thing this morning, I've got that frame made up. I'm going to try to stuck bison out, so I was on to crack on with these, build the other 2 frames, then get the nets on and hopefully get them fitted today. I finished doing the creosote. I've got 1 frame over there ready for the net. What I've done, I've just placed the other 2 frames up in there just to make sure. Them, obviously they've settled over the years and them slightly out here and there. So what I've done, I was going to put the beam the same height as the ones across, just so it matched, but when I put the wood there just to try it, you've got like a piece of wood in your eyesight there. So I thought, by lowering it down where I've done it, I need to get access to them spikes I was up and paint them, and just having that little strip of wood there rather than halfway up, I think it looks better. So I decided to do it that way. So I just got to get the nets on now and then screw them up. So I've got the panels up, and I hope you'll agree by having the batten at the bottom. If you can look through the net now and look how wide the other batten was across the back, then you can understand if the batten had come across there, it'd have been right in your sight. I've got the sun in front of the camera now, so it's hard to show you. I've got to come this side of the pool. What I've got to do now is forecast rain for the rest of the week. Build 2 squares for up the top there. With a bigger build a big square for there, obviously on the ceiling, then a smaller one to the filter house across, and then a small triangle up that corner, and then remove that post from there. Excuse the washing, you can see better from there. Reclaimed timber, reclaimed engine oil, with a creosote. Obviously I cord to the roof because it's overhanging the pool. What I should do these posts there when I get round to doing the squares. That joist up there, it's doing me head in. I tried to do it in line with the gutter. That post there in line with the gutter, and I made it too high. So I've just got under that and drop that down and then chop a bit off the top. And you can actually see the top of the post. So I'm going to try and drop that joist now. Little tip, a lot of you probably already know how to do this. See, I've got all the pins all over the floor. Old magnet out of a speaker. Even in between the gaps. A lot easier than trying to pick them up one at a time. There you go. Just thought I'd do a little video of the fish before I end the video. I had to do a scrape on them. I can hear they flicking or flashing during the day, but every night you can hear them splashing about. Maybe because it's just part of the sporing I show, but as you can see, they're all waiting for food now because it's in here. don't know, you look at the white on the two caracos, them are the ones that are reared from fry, especially the one down there. Looks proper raw on his back, so I have scraped him. Sorry about the camera work, I have scraped him, riddled with fluke. I've tried to leave them as long as I can without touching them, just to see if it's helping them out more. Unfortunately not, because they've been jumping, and that one's so raw. Sod's low now because I'm filming your car seat. I can see from every time picking it up on the camera. So there's fluke treatment in, and I'm just all waiting for food now.
In the back for hook a duck.
What's that one?
It's a fish. Another fish. And we got different colour fish everywhere. They're nice.
What a difference a day makes. Yesterday, blazing red hot sun. Oh, the UK's just gone to pot. Forecast thunderstorms. I was just looking at that rear post right at the very back there by the windows. I took the two battens off yesterday, undone the beam across the back, put the spirit level on it and dropped it slightly, obviously to the level, and screwed it back up. And I just come out here now just to finish my video off. Now here my window frames are really crooked, all that beam's still crooked, and yet I put the bubble on there. So what I'm going to do, I ain't going to be able to do today because of the rain, I'm going to take them battens back out, and I might drop that beam just so it looks level by eye. I can't get my head round that. I'm thinking now, do I get my spirit level on that white flashing below the windows to see if that's level? Oh dear, things like that really bug me. But anyway, I'm going to be able to do no more this week, so I'm going to end this video. Them nets them up anyway. Had a few more new subscribers, welcome aboard. Welcome to all my old ones and my new ones, obviously. Really appreciate it. And if you're enjoying it, share the videos, subscribe if you don't mind, and as always folks, don't forget to polish our thumb. You know you want to. Until next time.